Hello and welcome everyone to the October 23rd episode. Is it already October 23rd?
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the city of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics, noteworthy news, and
Great giveaways.
great giveaways sometimes.
Yeah, from time to time.
Yeah. This is delivered to you every single week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, joined today by...
Gina Jan, back again.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. And David Wilbrecht.
Yes, thank you both very much. As well as our special guest, Quinn Glebe, Program Coordinator for our Kirkland Cares Low Income Support Program.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, we're very happy to have you.
Absolutely.
Now, Quinn, you're a Program Coordinator for the Kirkland Cares Low Income Support Program.
That is correct.
What's the
Jim.
acronym?
KCLISP, if
Oh
you want
my
to call it short.
goodness.
Or just the Kirkland Cares program. If you
Oh,
want to
there
keep
you
it
go.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stick with Kirkland Cares. I like that.
Well, we're very grateful for you to come on our show and talk about this really wonderful,
Yeah,
important program.
absolutely.
But before we do, Quinn, what are you doing for fun these days?
You know, up until extremely recently, I was watching some Mariners postseason baseball.
Oh,
That
yeah.
ended rather abruptly earlier this week.
Yeah.
It was a ride.
It was
Yeah,
a
it
wonderful
was.
ride. And, you know, I think you can't believe it's October 23rd because it's the latest they've ever played before. So
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, that's
you
right.
feel in your bones
Usually
it's
around this
supposed to be
time.
September.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a deeply unsettling feeling, if I'm being honest.
Well,
but
it was-
since then, I would say I've been trying to enjoy the good weather in October while I can. I've been out trying to, do a little bit of apple picking before the rain
Oh,
comes
nice.
in.
Oh, hey,
Love that.
nice. Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, getting the activities in when the weather is good is a winning strategy.
It is. And gosh, those fall colors.
Fall colors are
They
beautiful.
are
Amazing.
popping.
Yeah.
We didn't get any fireworks for the Mariners this year, but the trees almost make up for it.
Oh,
so,
nice, Quinn.
Try
That
to
was
enjoy
played,
what you
Quinn.
can.
Very smooth.
Well
I
played.
like that.
Well, we're going to hear all about the Kirkland Cares Low Income Support Program.
Cakeless.
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 But before we do that, everybody, here's what's going on this week in Kirkland. Are you curious about all those safety improvements we've been making along Juanita Drive? Well, I am.
Yeah, Jim?
What can you tell us about them, David?
Well, they're done. So last week.
That's a big.
Yeah, it is a big week.
update.
Yeah. So last week, city council members, state rep Shelley Kloba, city staff, and honored guests gathered to celebrate the completion of the Juanita Drive Corridor Improvements project. So this was like a 10 years in the making sort
This
of
is a big
project.
deal.
Yeah, huge. We added continuous bike lanes, sidewalks, new crosswalks with flashing beacons, upgraded intersections.
It's amazing
and
looking, really.
it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, improved lighting. So it's funded in part by the Washington State Department of Commerce. Thank you. And
Yeah.
completed in partnership with the North Shore Utility District. Thank you. And the project reflects years of
Years,
careful planning
everybody.
and coordination. So we'll have a link to the ribbon cutting that we
fun.
held last week in the show notes.
Very important. Hey, and you can use those new Juanita Drive safety improvements to get to the new picnic shelter at Denny Park.
Mm-hmm.
Gina,
Oh, yeah. So glad that we have a beautiful picnic.
this is exciting.
Yeah, picnic shelter at Denny Park.
That's right.
It's brand new. The project was made possible through a generous donation from longtime Kirkland residents Dick and Nancy Goad.
Thank you.
Thank you, along with remaining funds from the former Finn Hill Park and Recreation District
Nice.
and support from the Kirkland Community Foundation. And for more information about the picnic areas, you can go to the Kirkland Parks website, kirklandwa.gov/park rentals, and they are so reasonable.
Yeah, go out. You can.
It's a great deal.
I
It
mean, you
is.
can even rent the K-Tub building.
What?
Yeah, so lots of really good rentals available
Yeah.
through the city parks.
We should probably do a whole show on that.
just like what you can rent.
Maybe
Yeah.
we could go
Picnic
to
shelters. I will say, Steph and I had our wedding at Heritage Hall. And
Oh,
so,
beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so I've been a customer of the
Yeah.
Kirkland Park
you
rentals.
know of what we speak.
Yes.
Maybe we could go to Denny Park's new picnic shelter for a show.
Oh yeah, we can do like a
I got a lot of
yeah.
ideas this morning.
show on.
There we go.
Show on tour.
On location.
Everybody
Location.
duck. Hey, moving focus to our amazing downtown, it sounds like there's a big milestone for a major construction project, and I would say hallelujah.
So this week, the city activated the pedestrian scramble function
Yeah.
at Lake Street's intersection with Kirkland Avenue. So what does that mean? That means pedestrians can now cross the intersection in any direction they choose during that pedestrian phase. And so there's a way to improve safety and a bit of efficiency. So, and honestly, it's just kind of fun.
Yeah.
Crossing diagonal across the crosswalk. I don't know.
I went down the other day
Yeah.
and did it. and it really is kind of fun.
It feels like you're breaking the rules, doesn't it? But you're not.
You're not. And it has little arrows. You hit the light,
Yeah.
and all the lights
Go,
are
and then you go.
They're syncopated, right?
Yeah.
And then you just walk across the street.
Yeah, totally.
Diagonally.
Efficient way of crossing the street.
Yeah.
So the city subcontractor will devote the rest of the week to removing the old signal poles and then moving the project closer to final completion. So there's still some stuff that we're still doing at the intersection, but we flipped on the go switch for the all-walk pedestrian.
I think the word I was looking there is synchronized.
Synchronized. Syncopated is a musical term.
Well, I have music in my brain. All
Yeah,
the
it's
time.
true.
You got a song in your heart. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's why you're so good on the mic.
That's right. Hey, we've talked a lot on the podcast about the Great British Bake Off.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hollywood
But we
handshake.
haven't talked as
Oh,
much
yeah.
about the Green Kirkland Tree Plant-Off.
That's right. Or the Great Kirkland Tree Plant-Off.
Gina, I'm absolutely intrigued.
Yes, well, last week, in honor of Arbor Day, the city hosted the Great Kirkland Tree Plant-Off
I'm intrigued.
at Peter Kirk Park. And what an event.
That's right.
It was tremendous, I could say. Folks planted 8 beautiful new trees to replace the poplars along the baseball field, helping keep our park green and growing.
Nice.
A great big thank you to the Department of Natural Resources for joining in the celebration of our Tree City USA status.
Woohoo!
We are a Tree City, USA.
Yeah.
That's true. And check this
Absolutely.
out.
Did you know that, Quinn?
I didn't know that we were a tree city, but I'm not surprised to learn it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's right. Just another way to show that we value trees in our
Yeah.
community. And so our brand new designation as an evergreen community.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, this designation from the Department of Natural Resources recognizes local governments for their efforts in urban and community forestry.
Yeah, so it's super cool. We have this new designation. Not only are we a tree city, we are also an evergreen community. So check that out.
So we got that going for us.
hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the last meeting of the Kirkland City Council was on Tuesday, October 21st. Here's what happened. The council held a study session starting at 5:30, of course, where they discussed proposed alternatives for adjusting the water pressure gradient of the Upper Highlands neighborhood.
Yeah, and during the business agenda, kind of as a follow-up to that item, the council adopted a resolution directing staff to take immediate and longer-term actions to mitigate water pressure reductions in the Highlands neighborhood.
Council also received a draft report on the fiscal impacts of the city's multifamily tax exemption program. The final report is anticipated to return to council in November.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Council received an update about the Northeast 85th Street station area, including options for achieving denser residential development in the station area and a summary of recent efforts to activate redevelopment. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, big deal there. Also, council reviewed and provided feedback on the city's draft legislative priorities for the upcoming 2026 state legislative session.
Excellent.
And as a reminder, council meetings are streamed live on the city's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and on the city website.
So there's no excuse.
You got options.
You got options.
I wish we were on like ham radio or something.
I think we need to look into that.
Okay, all
We'll
right.
get some friends
There you go,
in
Jim.
Iceland.
Who else has ideas this morning?
We're throwing you.
Yeah.
Bless you, man.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
like 2 centuries ago, but here we go.
All ideas are welcome here, Quinn.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate knowing that. Yeah.
All ideas are welcome here. Hey, so the city's salary commission is meeting next week. In case you don't know, the salary commission is made up of 3 community members, and their role is to set the salaries of the mayor and the city council members. David, when's this next meeting happening?
Yeah, so the Salary Commission will hold a public meeting on Thursday, October 30th. The meeting will begin at 5 p.m., and it'll be in the council chamber and via Zoom. More information about the meeting and the commission can be found on the city's website. Link in the show notes.
Excellent. The city does love our business community and loves celebrating milestones, big and small. And from ribbon cuttings to groundbreaking ceremonies, council members have been out and about over the last few weeks, celebrating Kirkland's wonderful business community.
Yeah, and if you're looking to start a business in Kirkland or want some business support, we have free business advising. We got info on loans, grants, and other funding. Whatever you need, our economic development program is here to help.
And let's put all of that in the show notes.
Oh, you read my mind, Jim.
We want to make sure all that is immediately available
Indeed.
for any business or anybody thinking of starting a business in our community.
We're here to help.
Hey, don't forget to come on down to the Forbes Creek Fire Station 21 and join us this Saturday You guessed it, a grand reopening and open house. Gina?
All right, the event kicks off at 10:30 a.m. with remarks and a ribbon cutting, followed by an open house where you can tour the newly remodeled station, meet your neighborhood firefighters, and of course, check out the fire trucks up close.
Boom. Check out the fire trucks.
Yeah, they're really
I
shiny.
mean, yeah, and fun.
Will there
Just
be
still check it.
refreshments?
Light refreshments.
Light refreshments.
Yes. Yeah.
Great question.
Is that the marginal decision-making
Yeah.
criteria for you?
Well,
I mean, if there's food, people will.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna
a great
be,
question.
I'm going to be there, and I could go for a muffin.
You and me both.
I find talking to the firefighters very refreshing in itself.
Yes.
So-
Thank you,
There
Quinn.
you go.
They got it all.
Yep. So this remodel is only made possible because of the support of Kirkland voters in passing Fire Prop 1 in 2020. So thank you.
Woohoo.
And we would love for you to bring the whole family and help us celebrate this exciting community milestone.
Yeah.
Big deal.
That's a big deal. Mm-hmm. And here are a few other upcoming events for you to check out.
Yeah, we got Dia de los Muertos, October 25th at the Peter Kirk Community Center, and Pee Wee Monster
They
Bash.
did the mash.
They did the
the
All right,
monster
yep, every time. We
Every
can't help
time.
ourselves.
Can't help ourselves.
And that is
Can we
October-
get some images from the Pee Wee Monster Bash for the show?
We will sure try.
I think
yeah.
we need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we work on
Right?
that?
I mean, I say absolutely only because we got a bunch of really great ones from the costume swap.
Were you working on
yeah,
that?
how'd that
Yeah.
go?
Weren't you working on
Oh
that,
my
Gina?
God, yeah. We had over 200 people came.
Did you really?
And we
Wow.
had like 50 plus little selfie images of like
Oh
kids
my
in
gosh.
costumes
Oh my
with their
gosh,
families.
that's
It was
amazing.
Lovely.
Oh, we got
Wow.
So
Well,
much fun.
Asking for a friend did Robin Hood show up?
You know, I think
We
somebody
look
is
every year.
cherishing Robin Hood.
Okay. All right.
We look every year.
Yeah,
Did we put that photo in the show notes?
We sure did.
All right.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right. Just in case anybody wants to know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, a reminder that, as always, we have links and more information in the show notes for all of our items. And that brings us to our special guest, Quinn Glebe, Program Coordinator for the Kirkland Cares Low Income Support Program. We're really excited to learn all about this program because it is wonderful.
Yeah, I'm excited to tell you all
That's
about
a
it.
full stop. It is wonderful,
Period.
Yes. So, Quinn, tell us a little bit about what you do. What's your role at the city?
Yeah, so I'm a program coordinator for the Kirkland Cares Low Income Support Program. So that really means that I manage applications for that program. So as soon as that application comes in, I will reach out to whoever submitted that application and make sure we've got everything we need in order to get that person on discounts for water, sewer, and garbage
So you
provided by the
personally
city.
connect with them?
I personally connect with everybody that submits an application to the program, whether that's approved or denied. I will
Wow.
be reaching out to you. You'll be
I
hearing
didn't
from
know
me.
that.
That's awesome.
You'll be hearing from Quinn
Wow.
in a very good way.
Indeed. Yeah.
Okay, so then what happens next?
So what happens next is I take that application, I make sure it's approved, and then I will be sending out rebate checks to people in apartment complexes or duplexes that don't pay their bills directly. And if you do pay your bill directly to the city, I make sure that's discounted. So the next bill that you get will be less than the bill you just paid.
Okay, so we're going to talk all about the elements of the program, but I did not actually know it was that hands-on.
How'd you come to work for the city of Kirkland? Was this your first entry into Kirkland city government?
So it was my first entry into city government. I used to work in a variety of state roles. I worked for a state court for a little while. I worked for
wow.
HUD for a little while.
Did you? I did too.
Yeah.
We have that in common, man.
Yeah, I think we're at little different levels there, Jim. But, we both did good work. I'm certain of
We
that.
both did good work.
Hey, that's all right.
That's all right.
And then I started actually with the city clerk's office at the city of Kirkland. So I
Oh,
was a
nice.
deputy city clerk for a little while. If you've gone to any city council meeting in 2024, you might have seen me on the dais doing my best.
You were
famous.
fantastic.
I was doing my best not to sweat, so I appreciate you saying that.
Honest to goodness, you were fantastic.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it. And then, as I said earlier, when this program was taken internal by the city, I thought I'd leverage my history working with low-income housing programs and use that expertise and try to apply it to this program at the city.
I just absolutely love stories like that.
Wow, it really is a great one.
Yeah. Public
So-
service.
We're glad you're here, part of the Kirkland family, and yeah, it's so great. So were you back in Washington, D.C.?
Oh, no.
okay.
I was up in Everett. I was working for
Oh,
the
kinda
Everett Housing
regional.
Authority.
Oh,
yeah,
got it. Okay.
right after college.
That shows how little I know about actually how HUD works. I'm like,
Yeah. It's a big.
Well, one of us was in Washington, D.C., so
Well,
in
okay.
fairness,
Right.
yeah, I had a 50-50 chance.
It is a big organization.
Yeah, it's true.
So, Quinn, what is a favorite thing about the city of Kirkland for you?
I got to say right now what comes to mind is really I don't want to say my commute, but the weather on my commute, because right now coming in, it is right as sunrise is coming over the Cascades to the east.
Beautiful.
And then when I'm leaving the office in the afternoon, it's really as sunset is happening, right over to the west. So in the morning, you get that beautiful sunrise over the Cascades. In the west, you've got the sun going down over Lake Washington. And then, working at City Hall right by the marina every day, it's just you step outside and you're taken away by just the natural beauty of wherever you live.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. It is so true. It's gorgeous. It's almost like a life lesson it's a reminder for us to appreciate the moment.
It's true.
Don't you think?
Yeah, don't take anything for granted, right? We could be in far less lovely area.
It's just gorgeous.
It's also a bit of a suck-up answer because when my boss asks what's your favorite thing, coming to work. And then,
I just love being at work.
Yeah, coming to work every day. I really want to highlight.
Yeah.
You never want to live west of where you work because then you're going to be driving into the sun both ways. You're going to be driving into the sunrise on the
Good
way
point.
there. and
Geography
into the
pro
sunset
tip from Nate.
on the
Yeah.
way back.
Or just until the sun is already set and you're going home.
Or you can live in Washington where we have the long dark of no sun for 7
that's
months.
right.
So
Now, I just call that strategic. That's a strategic answer, but a very insightful one.
We try to be strategic in all elements of the program with Kirkland Cares. We want to make sure we're...
Now, Quinn, I don't know if it's just me, but in looking at the show notes, I noticed your initials are QG.
That's very insightful.
Am I the only one at the table that immediately thought of GQ?
Oh.
And that you're a very fashionable person.
I appreciate that. And I will say, I did, I had a minor fashion career back in high school.
Did you?
Well, we did a little bit of a, Men's Warehouse show at lunch that I was a part of to demonstrate suits and cuts. That's as far as it went for me. The red carpet called me no farther.
You see? It was a
Wow.
moment of
Somehow-
inspiration.
Jim, you just leaned in on that synchronicity.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if anybody wants to submit a letter to GQ saying, there's a possible thing here.
The reverse initials. I don't know if you put that up to a mirror. Does it say GQ?
No.
But it is. I view it as the individual, expression of things. Now, you told me a fun story about having Q.
Well, so I'll say my full name is Quinn Roy Glebe.
Yes.
So QRG. And so when I was young, it was when they were doing a little bit of a transfer in the James Bond franchise from having Q, who was, the science and tech
Yeah.
guy. That actor, unfortunately, passed away when they were filming, one of the movies. So they brought in somebody named R, which, sad circumstances, but when I was 7 or 8, very delightful because I thought QR.
You're like,
If the next is G, I'm basically in the James Bond franchise.
Yeah.
I love it.
I didn't really understand the alphabet, I guess, at that level. I didn't know that's the way they were going, but...
That's all right.
Yes.
I
All
like
right.
the
Well,
logic.
that gets us to the Kirkland Cares Low Income Support Program. So you talked a little bit about that in the introduction, but let's go through kind of like the program elements. We know if people apply, they get a personal response from Quinn, which is awesome. What's the program criteria? How do you get into this program?
So that's a great question. There's really only 2 criteria for our program. So the program started out historically, if I can delve into the myths a little bit here,
Please.
as a senior discount program for utilities. Now in 2024, the council chose to expand that program to everybody in Kirkland. So that's one of the criteria, is Kirkland residency. That is below 80% of local area median income. So if you are income eligible and you live in Kirkland, you can be on the Kirkland Cares Low Income Support Program.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that expansion is that 80% AMI applies to a lot of people in Kirkland because King County is what sets AMI, and King County's area and media income is extremely high because of all the high income earners in the area.
So how does somebody practically know? Where do they go? What do they do to determine?
That's a great question. So we actually have that information on our application. So if you go to the Kirkland website, so kirklandwa.gov/Kirkland Cares, then you'll see our application right on that front page, and it breaks down by household size what is the AMI cutoff. So I can tell you right now, for a household of 2, let's say, that AMI cutoff currently is $96,000. So if you're a household of 2 and you're making less than $96,000, you are eligible for our program.
Yes, that's combined income.
Combined gross income.
Combined gross income.
Correct.
Thank you
So
for
that's
that.
before tax.
Okay, so that's the who is eligible, right? So tell us a little bit about what the program offers. Like once you're eligible, what are the things that are discounted for you?
Yeah, so that's another great question. What's discounted?
Every once in a while, I throw a question.
It's a good
In
one.
fairness, I don't know that I'd call anything a bad question necessarily when it comes to the program.
Thank you
Smooth,
for that.
nice, nice save.
Nice
Yeah.
save.
The discounts that are eligible through the program are discounts on any utility provided by Kirkland,
Okay.
and then licensing services provided by Kirkland.
Oh.
So I'll take that in two parts.
Yes.
If you're provided water, sewer, or garbage by the city of Kirkland, you can get discounts on all of those utilities. There's a variable difference in how much the discount is. So
Is
that's
it
gonna
based on your? What is that variable difference based
So
on?
I just say variable difference for water, you're going to get a 50% discount
Oh,
on
I
the
see.
initial rate. You're going to get 25% for sewer costs on the initial rate, and then for garbage, it's 40% across the
Wow,
board.
that's real. Those are real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
That is great. Jeez.
I will say, I'm going to say that up front, that usage is not discounted at that same rate. So if you're using a lot of water beyond the initial flat rate you're charged, that will still be at a full amount.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. Okay,
Oh,
so
so
there's
it's
a
kind of the-
usage criteria.
Right. So we just got out of summer, right? So there was, you're still going to see a high bill in summer if you're using an awful lot of water. But if you're below that flat rate, then it will be reduced flat 50%.
And is that information part of the website?
Yeah, you'll see it right on the website as
Yeah.
soon as you apply.
Okay, so utilities, Kirkland utilities, because some people that live in Kirkland don't have all of Kirkland city
Yeah.
utilities.
That is correct. So if you are below Northeast 116th Street, then Kirkland is providing your water, your sewer, and your garbage for the most part. If you're north of that Northeast 116th Street, there's a probability, a high one, that it's provided either by North Shore Utility District or maybe the city of Redmond in some circumstances.
So what happens in those instances?
So in those instances, the city of Kirkland is still providing your garbage. As long as you have a Kirkland address, we're billing you for garbage, you'll get that garbage reduction rate.
Okay.
However, if you apply with us and that is the circumstance, that we wouldn't be discounting your water and sewer because we don't provide it, then I'll point you in the right direction to apply for a discount for those services, either with North Shore or with another city if that's the case.
Holy,
Very
and then
good.
That's
and then another utility we don't provide, but a lot of people need a discount on is their power bill, so PSE, and I can get you hooked up with the application to get that discounted as well.
So you
Pun
do-
Wow.
intended.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Pun
Hooked
intended.
up. You can get them hooked up.
Yes.
I wish that I was thinking that
Oh!
deeply
Well
this
played.
morning.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah. Hey.
So you mentioned licenses too.
Exactly. So city fees on licensing. So that applies to vehicle car tabs.
Oh, wow.
That applies to pet licensing within the city, and that applies to businesses within the city.
Oh, business
So-
license. Okay.
Exactly. So
Okay.
if you've got a business license with the city and you are eligible for Kirkland Cares, you can get 50% of that cost rebated to you. If you have a pet within the city,
I love that the pet licenses are included in this program.
and I think that's one of the more little-known facts about it,
I love
licensing
that.
in general, but pet licenses specifically. So
Pets are part of the family.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if you've got one and you qualify for Kirkland Cares, you can either get pre-approved, right? So you get the application done, and then you go into the city to get your pet license taken care of, and you can present them with that Kirkland Cares approval letter. That will let them know that you are instantly eligible for a reduction in the payment. Or if you've already paid this year and you are eligible for the program, you get that application done, and then we cut you a rebate check for the cost of that application.
That's so great.
Absolutely.
Truly. I feel like you're really pushing this out in so many facets of like the need in the community.
Absolutely. And so I'd say the last one, and the one that almost everyone qualifies for if they're already on Kirkland Cares, is that vehicle tab rebate. So that will just be a flat $20 fee to rebate you for the cost of licensing your car in Kirkland, because
That's
Kirkland,
the Kirkland.
exactly. Kirkland assesses a $20 fee, so
Yeah.
we will rebate that to you via check and send it right to your door.
So Quinn, you mentioned this briefly in your original answer or description about what you do, and I appreciate that. But tell us a little bit more about how you differentiate between people that own homes and how they get the discount, and how people rent and they get, I think you noted, a rebate.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And it's really the most major expansion of the program beyond just income qualification being the major criteria, is that it expanded beyond single family homes to everybody that lives within Kirkland. So the way we differentiate is that if you own a home in Kirkland and you're paying that bill directly for the home, we can look you up in our internal database that we use when we're assessing utility bills, and we can find out how much you're paying that way, and that's how we know how much to discount what you're going to be paying going forward. If you live in an apartment complex, a duplex, something else where you're paying either your utilities directly to the landlord or you're paying some kind of third-party service for your water, sewer, and garbage bill, it's a little bit more complicated because we don't know the direct cost that's being assessed. So we'll take a look at either your lease or your utility bill statements for the last 3 months so we can get an average. You'll turn that in with your application, and then using those, we'll calculate, how much that rebate cost would be to that individual or the household, and then we send a rebate check directly to that individual or that household.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
It's a game changer for a lot of families.
Yeah.
It is, because you have to make sure you have equity with the folks that rent as opposed to the folks that are owning, right?
Yeah, and that's one of the, as I said, it's kind of the most major expansion of the program. So previously, before Kirkland Cares really came into existence and it was just utility discounts, there was about 225 households on the program. Since that program has, since our program has expanded and gone out, to everybody in the community that we can, we're up to over 700 households.
Whoa.
And yeah, we're hoping to expand even farther, which is, part of why I'm here today and part of why I'm going out in the community.
So that's a lot of callbacks.
It is a lot of callbacks, yes.
Well, you seem like someone who would succeed well in a customer service and like a service-oriented, and connecting with people sort of way. You just have a very easy nature to you, Quinn. So.
I try to. And, luckily with the Kirkland Cares program, I'm just telling people that, their utilities are going to be discounted. So it's a fun conversation to have for the most part.
Let me just tell you today's good news.
Yeah. How
Exactly.
you're going to save money.
What will you be doing tomorrow, Quinn?
Helping someone else. So,
More good news.
Yeah.
I think the other facet of that is that when council was setting up this program, they wanted to make it as low barrier as possible and as open to the public as possible. So almost everybody in the community that thinks they might be eligible is eligible. And even in circumstances where we might have to issue a denial, we'll work as hard as we can to either connect you with some resources in the community or just see if the, circumstances might change. So I think that's the other part that some community members don't really realize is that when they apply, even if they're denied, if their circumstances change, 3 months down the line, you can reapply. And we'll look at your circumstances at that time. If you get a denial, it's not hard and fast and forever. It's really we're taking a snapshot look at what the household income is and the residency is at that time, and then making a determination. So if that changes, I'm happy to go back and work with whoever applies.
Well, I absolutely also love the fact that it's so personal. Like for this program, the fact that they're communicating to you when they have an interest, and you're explaining to them, they build a relationship, and then you're helping them across whatever issue they have, even if it's not a city program, you're giving them some guidance on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, having that one-on-one conversation with everybody that applies makes it so they're, I'm not going to name any names, but we had somebody apply to the program back in March, and they were issued a denial because they were over the income limit at that time. Now, I know that HUD, when they issue that AMI for the county, that changes every April. So when the new AMI was calculated by HUD, I was able to reach back out to those applicants and say, hey, if you reapply now, exactly. The circumstances have changed by the way we calculate, so we can now look at this again, and now they're on the program.
Yeah, that's great that you're following up even with the folks that were denied a first time. So that's really
because they
wonderful.
probably didn't know to look again or try again, right? So,
yeah, exactly.
So thank you, Quinn. That's just really great service.
I mean, there probably is a limit to the breadth of questions people could ask you. Like, for example, if Nate Gettleman called, which I'm sure he will, and asked you who the Mariners should pick up in free agency over the summer.
That's a long conversation that I'm happy to have, but it might have to happen outside the 9 to 5 hours.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Sorry, Nate.
It's okay. I've already got a few players in mind.
So Nate just wants to kind of weather balloon some ideas past you, Quinn. See what we might think.
Quinn Glebe, thank you so much for coming on the show. Shocker, you were fantastic.
I appreciate it. And I'd just like to say, to anybody listening, even if you yourself might not qualify for the program, please feel free to, tell somebody in the community that they're eligible. And if, let's say, you manage a site in Kirkland where residents at your apartment complex might be eligible, I'm happy to come to that location. I'm happy to come with applications and, extend the helping hand that might be needed to somebody who might not be tech savvy enough to, submit an email application themselves or go through it or just, one-on-one explain to somebody. So, for instance, last week I went out to the Woodlands retirement community and I was there for a couple hours just helping residents at that facility go through the application. And, it was a great time. Unfortunately, the Mariners lost the day I was there. Yeah. But, beyond that, it was great.
That's such a great tip. Pass the word. Send the word out.
Absolutely. Have application will travel. Quinn Glebe. Nice. Well, hey, don't forget to come on down to Saturday's Fire Station Open House.
An event not to be missed. And that does it for this week, my friends. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and
Share.
Special thanks to our podcast production team for their support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next episode is October 30th. Until then,
Stay connected, Kirkland.